Cool. Um, what I don't like about doing lives is that it's kind of like you have to put together a title regarding what it is that you're going to be talking about. And I just don't like that because, for me specifically, when it comes to doing these YouTube videos, it's much more a matter of I'm just getting on. This is like improvisation for me. This is all improvisation. Um, so it's kind of just like talking about like whatever comes to mind. Um, again, uh, this was like about a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, that my sweetheart came to me and she was like, "You like talking about a lot of really interesting things. You should do daily videos on YouTube." And I'm really glad that I took the advice because I've kind of been all over the place when it comes to like advice and like what it is that I should do or shouldn't do on YouTube. And I think the most interesting thing about this is that I need to stop listening to anyone because no one actually gives a fuck. And I'm really starting to realize that now. Sorry for any background noise, by the way. I'm outside and there might be a little bit of wind. But I think it's important to realize that if you stop asking everyone what you should do, I mean, Gary Vee says this. Stop giving a fuck about what everyone else thinks and you can move so much faster. And it's true. And you know, on a very real note, I think that people don't really care that much. Like so your attempt of like asking people like what you should do, it's really not going to go very far because they don't really care that much anyway. I mean, unless they're like a close friend, unless they like sincerely give a fuck, it's not really going to do a whole lot for you. So just kind of like, you know, and it's interesting that I'm talking about this now because this kind of goes into the whole thing that I was talking about yesterday of putting your wants and needs first before anything else. Because, you know, um, I'm kind of doing this just to kind of like explore what it is that I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis. And it's interesting because anytime, here's something fun to talk about. Anytime that I've ever stopped doing what it is that I truly want to do, I turn around like, I don't know, days later or weeks later or months later, and it's like, oh wow, why did I ever stop doing that? That was not necessary to stop. What was it that my mind was convincing me was an absolute necessity to stop for? And it's like I look at that kind of stuff and it's like, oh, yeah, you didn't need to stop. Don't stop. It's not gonna do anything productive or beneficial for you. Um, and I've been in times where it's like I just don't want to do anything. You can call it what you want: stagnation, depression, whatever the fuck word you want to throw at it. The fact of the matter is that very oftentimes you end up finding yourself doing things that you don't want to do, or it's like, oh, why did I start that? Like, and then it's kind of like giving yourself the room and the space to like remember, like, oh yeah, I started that because of this, that, and the other, and that was actually really cool, and it was a genuine desire. It came from an authentic place, and kind of just going from there. You have to give yourself the space to realize that, um, you started something for a reason, and you did. Whether that reason was big or small, you started something for a reason, and like actually giving yourself the validation to be like, yeah, it's okay. And by the way, like if you start something and you realize that it's like, never mind actually, then just have the audacity to fucking put it down. And like that's all. That's all. You don't have to keep doing something just because you started it and you feel this kind of like obligation to continue. No. Look at what it is again, going back to yesterday's video, look at what it is, look at your wants and your needs, your intentions, and just be authentic for yourself. Don't start something because somebody else wants you to do it or wanted you to do it, and you feel obligated because, I don't know, you want the validation, you want the acceptance. No. Everything that you're doing in life, do because that you want to do it, and that's definitely something that even I've struggled with throughout my entire life. For instance, I don't know, my haircut. Why am I going to get a haircut? Oh, I'm going to get a haircut because this person says it'll look nice. Well, do you actually want to do that? Well, no, but this person gives me acceptance and no. So you're putting you're putting your worth outside of you. That is unstable. Because guess what? You could get that haircut and then go to that person and be like, "What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?" And then they'll be like, I don't know actually. So, doing for the pursuit of external validation and acceptance is ridiculously unstable. And when you actually open your eyes to the reality of what's going on there, it's very cringing. It's like, why do I do anything for anyone else first? Why? That's weird. No. And then, there are reasons as to why you do it, and those reasons are absolutely beneficial to explore because it can help you understand yourself better. Like, for instance, if you're someone who finds yourself consistently doing things for other people, there's a good chance that you're codependent. There's a good chance that, you were taught a belief about yourself growing up that you were defective, that there was something wrong with you. So it's important to explore those things, but getting caught up in the actual pursuits of putting other people's interests before your own. My friends, if you want to be unhappy, that is the fastest way to unhappiness. And then you might say, well, I'm not used to doing things for myself. Well, get used to it. Get used to it. Because I can tell you right now, you will never be truly happy over the long term just doing for other people and putting everyone else's wants and needs before your own, or doing things regarding yourself because other people want you to. And then you wake up and it's like, oh wow, I didn't need to give myself a haircut or change my clothes or go there or do that. No, it's fucking lame, it's gross. I'm gonna fucking call it as it is. It's fucking gross to do things for other people because, you're looking for validation and acceptance. I'm not sitting here trying to be hard on anyone because I've done the same thing. I've done the same fucking thing myself. But I'm gonna call it as it is. It's fucking gross. It's lame. Think about how unhappy you are trying to fucking shapeshift for everyone else. I've known it. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've been there. It's sad. It's fucking stupid, in my honest opinion. No one actually gives a fuck. How much of a fuck do you think people actually give? Do you realize that other people are just so focused on themselves? You do realize that other people have their own lives to take care of, right? No one actually cares. And that should be liberating for you, because then you don't have to be scurrying around like a fucking chicken with its head cut off, oh fuck, the sky's falling. No one cares. No one gives a fuck. That should be liberating, because then you don't have to worry so much about it. Put yourself first, people. Put yourselves first. Put yourselves first, my friends. That's what this is all about. Because if you don't do that, you're going to have a very, a very unstable foundation for yourself in life. You're never going to truly know yourself. Because if you're doing for other people, by the way, let's briefly dive into the manipulative aspect of that, because there is all right, codependents are manipulative. Think about it. Codependents are manipulative. Why? Because they're doing for an outcome, right? They're doing so that you will like them, right? That's fucking weird. That's manipulation right there. Let me shape shift myself. Let me do this or let me do that. Hey, what do you need me to do? How do you need me to be? Who do you need me to be? Right? It's fucking manipulative. You are manipulating yourself. You're shape shifting yourself to be someone other than who you are authentically for these other people. Nasty.